Do you feel like you're stuck on repeat? You wake up, you go to work, you go home, you crash out, and then you do it all again tomorrow? Well, if this sounds like you, then stick around, because I'm going to show you how to change this narrative forever. Because chances are you're not lazy, you're not broken, you're just not doing what you're meant to be doing. And this video isn't about quitting your job tomorrow or becoming an entrepreneur, because business isn't necessarily going to solve your problems. It's about helping you find your purpose so your life feels less repetitive and more like something that you actually want to enjoy. And even if you stay in your job, you can escape the 9-to-5 grind simply by finding a purpose that energizes you and gives you something to look forward to each and every day. My name is Richard Gerritsen-Cornell, and this channel is dedicated to helping people create their own destinies. I've been in business for 30 years, helping people and brands sell more of their products and services, but most importantly, I will show you how to cope and succeed in your business journey whilst enjoying it along the way. So let's get into it. Why life feels like a loop. Now, most people aren't unhappy because of how many hours a day work, okay? They're unhappy because those hours don't mean anything, as work is a means to an end, and we need to work to make money, right? So we can survive. But if we spend the majority of our days working, then surely you can enjoy what you're doing both in and outside working hours, right? And we weren't born to just pay bills and die. We were built to grow, contribute, explore, and just feel alive. And trust me, I've been there, I know what it feels like, even with owning my own digital marketing agency, making great money, running a reputable business, and leading a skilled and independent team. I hit a point where I felt like I had nothing left to give. The business ran without me, my team was doing a great job, but me, I had too much time in my hands and I sort of felt empty. And I realized that I wasn't missing income or success, it was impact and curiosity. I needed to feel like I was contributing and helping people like I once did. And that's why I actually started this YouTube channel, because I wanted to pass on what I've learned to help people find their purpose. I wanted to start creating again, to share all of my knowledge and give me a sense of purpose that gave me something to look forward to every day without the same dread of just rinse and repeat. So if this sounds like you, then trust me, you are not alone. 3 questions to help you find your purpose. Now, you can start by asking yourself these questions, right? As they helped me a lot, and I'm sure they're going to help you too. Number 1, what excites you, even when no one's watching? And it could be anything from writing, mentoring, renovating, painting, teaching, explore, whatever it is that gives you energy. Number 2, when have you felt most alive? And I don't just mean happy, I mean energized, alive, like you were doing something that mattered, something that gave you fulfillment, right? And number 3, if your job ended tomorrow, what would you want to do next? Now, this question cuts through all the noise and brings your real interest to the surface. And this question is probably the most important one, because this is a question that I asked myself after I had a very serious motorbike accident where I ended up having brain surgery a couple of years ago. The crash nearly killed me. And after I got out of hospital, I started thinking that I had to slow down and enjoy life better, right? But after a week or so of contemplating about my future, the future of my business, and what I wanted from life, I kept going back to finding my purpose again. And to me, the same constant thought had kept entering my head, the fact that I needed to create again, to give back and to enjoy, helping people create their own destinies. So I started another business alongside this YouTube channel, and this tickled my itch. And when I look back, I'm now busier than I've ever been, but I have purpose now, and I'm creating content which is meaningful and purposeful. And my digital marketing agency is firing. It now has even more meaning than what it did before, but I'm now able to experience contentment on a daily basis because I'm creating again and helping people, and this is my purpose. Now, I'm not just saying that you have to have a spiritual calling or awakening or something like life-changing event, something like that. But it's funny how things happen when you least expect it. Purpose is built through curiosity and action, and not through waiting or, putting things off. How to escape the grind without having to quit your day job, right? And here's what most people get wrong. They think that escaping the 9-to-5 means quitting it completely. But for many people, escaping the grind could be something as simple as like starting a new hobby that makes you feel human again, or learning a new skill, or doing a short course, volunteering, or joining something that matters, or switching to a role that sort of better aligns with who you are, or just saying yes to things that you've been putting off for years. And your job may not necessarily be the problem here, but it shouldn't be the only thing that defines your life. And what I mean by this is going into something that is draining you every day, then you're going to burn out. So you can see how the only thing that will fill your life with excitement again is by finding purpose in your life. When purpose changes how you show up. And here's the truth. When you start living with even a little bit of purpose, everything starts to shift. You start getting up in the morning with excitement. You stop living just for the weekends. You bring more energy into everything that you do. You stop escaping with TV or social media, and you start enjoying your own company again. Now, I've seen this with clients, colleagues, friends, even myself. I've helped business owners and employees alike find clarity and motivation again, but not by changing everything overnight, but by reconnecting with what they care about the most, and you can still stay in your 9 to 5 job and still feel fulfilled, but only if you bring something purposeful into your life. Avoid these common traps. Now, here are 3 traps that you really need to consider. Number 1, most people think that waiting for that perfect moment will be the kick up the arse they needed to start. But let me tell you, it doesn't exist. You need to start small, you need to make mistakes, but you just need to start. Number 2, thinking that purpose equals passion is not correct either. Passion fades like anything in life, but purpose, it's going to stick around and even when it's hard. Number 3, comparing your path to others. Don't make this mistake. Try to find your purpose in your path. You can't try to find purpose by copying others. This is your life, not theirs. You're not late, you're not lazy. You just haven't found your purpose yet, right? Why you need to start today. Now, when you have even one thing in your life that gives you meaning, then everything changes for the better. And that's why I do what I do. That's why I built this channel, to help people get unstuck and start living a life with purpose, clarity and freedom. Because sometimes all you need is a point in the right direction, it sparks your interest again. Just like when you were young and you had the world at your feet. So get out there and just start, and maybe you'll find your purpose sooner rather than later. And in something that you probably, least expected, right? And if you start searching for something that excites you, then you'll start seeing many more opportunities to find your happy place again. And I hope that you do, because once you find that spark and you make that decision to start with purpose, then your life is going to change for the better. Trust me on this one. And it doesn't matter how old you are or what you have in life. You can spend as little as 10 minutes to start dreaming and fantasizing about the life that you want to live, yeah? So key takeaways here are: you don't need to quit your 9 to 5 job. Very important. You don't need to blow up your life and give up everything, but you do need to stop waiting for that perfect moment. And you also need to start moving towards something that lights you up, that gets you excited again, most importantly. Now, this wraps up my video today. And if you'd like to learn more about how to redefine your 9 to 5, then be sure to watch some of my other videos in this series, as there's heaps of good quality content that can really help you with your personal or your business journey. And, let me know in the comments below, what's one thing that you've always wanted to try or get back to, but you're still sort of sitting on the fence? And if you're serious about building a better life, then please subscribe, as I have a heap more videos coming. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.